We're back with It's Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Eric and Jordan here with you, talking about television, movies, streaming updates, all the news that is fit to print. And of course, we start off segment 2 by catching up on things that we are watching, that we are enjoying, that we are consuming, if you will. And Jordan, what have you been watching?
I caught up with Wednesday, season 2, the first part of it. I think there was 4 episodes. I finally finished those. The next,
all right, I finished
the
those
next
too.
run is next week, so we're gonna catch up, finish that up. I liked it. There are things that I don't like about it, but they're very minimal. I do feel like she's become kind of secondary to everyone else around her now, where Wednesday's not the main character.
It's a Sherlock Holmes story.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It has nothing to do. It's like. Remember how they made Super Mario Brothers 2 and it was just a different video game? They just coded it with Mario and his stuff on there. That's what this feels like. It feels like this was an existing story and they slapped Cloverfield on top of it and said, oh, it's a Cloverfield movie. There's the Addams Family. They happen to be there while all this other stuff's going on. And now she's a detective.
Yeah, she's trying to solve mysteries and stuff like that. I like it. I can't wait to see kind of how they wrap it up.
Right.
I thought they were going to stretch the mystery of who was sending the crows out through the season. And it turns out you find out real quick, like within the first 4 episodes, who was doing all this shit. And then it's like, now what? Like, what's going on?
Do you know who they revealed Grandmama finally?
Yes, that was pretty
Do you know who she is?
Who is it? Like, she looked familiar and I couldn't place her.
She was from this old British show. I mean, she had a whole bunch of other British comedy stuff too, but she was from this old British show called Ab Fab.
It's the second you started saying British.
Joanna Lumley is her name.
Yes.
She used to do the Ab Fab with Jennifer Saunders.
Yep.
But yeah, it's Joanna Lumley who's playing Grandmama, and it's
pretty good.
She fits it perfectly.
No, she did great. It was awesome. Well, it was weird because they kind of did this thing where her character is butting heads with Morticia. And you don't really get that when you watch the old Addams Family like movie or you watch like the old TV show. She was more of like everyone loved her. She loved everybody. And she's just meshing. In this, she's butting heads with Morticia, doing that whole daughter-mother relationship that's contentious, the same as Wednesday and Morticia.
Right.
So it's kind of just that 3-way battle to just get what you want. So I like that angle on it. It was really good. I'm also watching Alien Earth. First 4 episodes are out now. I've watched all 4. I'm very much enjoying that show. I thought they were going to stick with the one direction after the first 2 episodes, and then they said, nope, we're going to change it up again. And in episode 3 and 4, they've moved away from this wrecked out building to an island. And there's
all great if they moved away from aliens altogether and brought in a different creature.
Right. It's just lost.
It's now going to be the Thing reboot.
Here's the thing, though.
See, like I told you.
You're not completely wrong. In this episode, there's this creature. There's this creature that looks like a little tiny... No, it's so fucking cool.
Okay.
There's this little creature that looks kind of like a squid, but the body is just like this eyeball-looking thing. So it's got like different pupils, but it's like looking at you. It does things to people. Like in the 3rd episode, you see it, and it's inside a cat. It gorged out his eye, and the little creature is the eye, and it's controlling this cat, kind of like a puppet. And then it comes out, and it does something in this 4th episode that was almost disgusting. Like, I didn't think they were going to show a lot of it. They cut away, but then they do it, and I'm almost scared more of this little eyeball creature than I would be, I think, the xenomorph in this series. Like, it's so cool.
Okay.
Like, they do really good with this. So I highly recommend it. I was very,
is this a Cousin Oliver scenario where you got you're so outdone with Alien and Predator, they're not cute anymore, so you got to bring in the new little...
Yeah, you got to bring in the good one.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I still think they're going to go right. I think they're going back to having the xenomorph in it. And I don't want to give too much away because I really do think people should watch this. It's really good. But I think they're building up to bringing it back and being something better. It's really good. I enjoy it. Let's see, what else have I watched before we talk about some of the other things. I did go see K-Pop Demon Hunter in the theater.
Yes, you did.
Took my kid to go see the sing-along.
You sent me videos.
I sent you videos. I enjoyed it. it's wild to see that level of interaction in a movie theater again. Like you don't realize how much you miss, like when you go see a big event movie, like like an Avengers Endgame or Infinity War, where like everyone's gasping at the right moment, everyone's laughing at the right moment. I think the last time we really had that was Deadpool and Wolverine, where everyone was just really enjoying a movie. Movies nowadays, like you're lucky you even get a packed theater anymore, and you don't feel that energy. This was packed, like parents, kids, it was packed, wall to wall people. Kids were singing along and dancing and having fun. And as much as I would hate that in a normal situation, because this situation lent for that, I had a good time. It was really fun.
The difference, though, if that just burst out in a movie while you're watching, that's annoying.
I'll kill somebody.
But you're going there on purpose with, like, your kids are I know you enjoyed it, but the kids are the audience for that thing. That's what Correct. It's being directed to. That it's the sing-along version that seems to be a big thing lately. My kid loves on Disney Plus, they have sing-along versions of some of the Disney movies.
I've seen those, yeah.
And she watches those versions as opposed to the full-length versions of the movie. You're there specifically for that, so that's okay. Right. It's not a scenario where you're watching the Minecraft movie and all of a sudden Chicken Jockey gets said and everyone starts burning and ripping up the seats and then punching holes in the screen just because that's what you're supposed to do when you get the cue.
No, you're not.
It's the what is it called when you say the code that unlocks the assassin in somebody?
Oh yeah. No, I would hate for that to be in that. Like, again, you go into a movie where everyone's like laughing at the right moments, gasping at the right moments. Those are kind of good feelings. Like I said, this was built for that. So that's why it was acceptable. And that's why I think I had a good time, is because I wasn't sitting there going, shut up, like shut these kids up. Like kids like
you're backhanding your two kids next to you. Shut up. But right? Dad, we're supposed to be quiet. You're ruining the experience for everybody else. Everyone else is singing, Dad. But that's all you're hearing to the beat is him smacking his kids.
But like the parent in me appreciated the fact that kids were enjoying this for what it was. There was kids next to me dancing, like doing like the dance moves and enjoying it. And like, I don't know. I think it was nice to experience that. Like, I don't think that's something I want to do a lot of. God, no. Like, I hate when people talk through movies and things like that, but for what it was, I enjoyed my time and it was worth it. And we'll get into some of it in a little bit. Like it made money. Like it was fucking number one at the box office. It's crazy.
See, and that's something, with all the problems with Hollywood and them trying to find the right audiences to get people to come back to the movies and whatever, that is a unique property. Now, granted, it's part of, it's a bigger thing, but that is a unique property put out there that it works again as a sing-along version the second time around to make money. People could say, oh, that sucks and it's terrible, but you're not the audience for it, right?
No.
So when you keep saying it's like, why don't you take things and make original stuff? Okay, it's there. You can't shit on something like that because, it looks terrible, it's anime, whatever. It's like, but it's not for you. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to go sit at that theater to watch that movie. It's when they're catering to you and they're giving you shit where you can complain about. But it's great to see unique properties like this where 100%. I only have heard of it like bits and pieces throughout the summer about this thing. I know mostly from you, but online I would see it show up sometimes, people talking about it. And then this singing version came out and then it's all over social media, especially with how much money that this thing has made. Everyone's paying attention to this thing now. And that's great. It's a unique property. It's something different. It's not for me. I mean, maybe I like it. I haven't watched it. I don't know. But it's not for most people, but it's for a lot of other people and it's doing well. And I like to see that. Bring more of that stuff in. Last year or 2 years ago, One Piece.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard of it, you knew it was big, but then when they were bringing it to Netflix and it showed up at New York Comic Con and all these places, it blew up. It was huge. I'm not the audience for it, but I had an appreciation for it. I'm like, look at all this. This is fantastic. They're going their own lane. They're bringing in new things. That's what you need. I
appreciate when someone takes a swing. It may not hit all the way, but you know what? Who would have thought that, like, you're watching a K-pop girl band fighting demons.
Right.
They make it work and it's funny and the songs are fucking catchy as hell. Like everything about it works. And like I said, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty good. And then the last thing I watched was Peacemaker season 2, episode 1.
I watched that as well.
Today. Mm-hmm. You and I both watched it, so I saved it for last. It's good, and we've talked about this before. There's things about it that I don't like, and I didn't think I would think that. And part of my biggest
we had a lot of high hopes because I did enjoy the first season.
Yeah, a lot.
I knew. Can I be honest? I knew.
Go right ahead.
I knew it was going to be a problem. Not at the beginning where they retconned season 1 into the new version where they changed that final scene. Mm-hmm. They got rid of all the Snyder characters and it's now all the James Gunn characters in there. I knew there was going to be problems when I'm waiting for the dance number intro. Mm-hmm. The dancing is fine. The song sucks.
Oh, the song was not as catchy.
The song is terrible. The whole choreography thing was fantastic. It fits that weird, awkward mood that it was always going for. Mm-hmm. It either should have kept that same song or found a song that matched the energy of that last song. This one doesn't. And I was like, oh, this was a hopeful thing in the sense of you and I have talked about this. Remember the excitement of each year the Cosby Show came on? And the intro was going to be different. So it's like, I want to see what the new intro is, the new version of the theme song, the new, the way it's choreographed or what they're doing with it. That's the kind of hope I had for this thing. Again, the whole thing laid out is fantastic. The song sucks.
Yeah.
So that kind of gave me an inkling. I'm like, oh, this may not go so well. And then as the episode went on, I went, oh my God, there's some big problems.
Well, part of it is, and if anyone watches the first episode, part of me feels like they're trying to be edgy like The Boys. Mm-hmm. Like they're trying to go a little, almost too far.
Which is embarrassing.
It really is.
When I didn't think about that till you pointed it out, and I went, oh my God, you're right. If you don't know what The Boys is a take on superheroes, the comic book world, that kind of thing that Amazon put out. And it's a lot darker. It's a lot grittier, it's full-blown hard R to watch that show, right? But it was taking shots at traditional comic books and superhero lore, presentation, all of that stuff. And really, in The Boys, the superheroes up front, they kind of gave them like a corporate entity kind of thing. Behind the scenes, they're not good people. Like the people that's presented to the front are like the heroes are not the heroes, essentially. And it was taking shots at DC. It was taking shots at Marvel. And rightfully so. That's what it's supposed to do. When you have the second biggest comic book property out there, and you're trying to resemble the thing that was emulating you, that's an issue. When you're trying look what they're doing. They're mocking us or they're taking what we're doing and in our way, but going the way that it should, or the way people was like, they'll never do that. All right, well, we'll do it with this property. And then you go, hey, it's working for them. Let's do what they do. It's like, you're copying the people copying you.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
And it doesn't feel like it works.
No.
Like it almost feels out of place.
Well, yeah, out of place. The orgy scene.
Yeah.
You just built all this. You just launched your whole new revamp of DC with that family-friendly Superman movie and tied it into Peacemaker. And you like you said last week, releasing it on digital right away so that you could watch that to lead into Peacemaker, to ramp up for Peacemaker. Peacemaker shows up in the Superman movie. He has a quick cameo in there to bring it all together. You go to watch it, and then you watch this first episode, and you go, oh my God, none of the people, like the family to watch Superman, can watch this show.
Yeah, because James Gunn has come out and said this is going to help set up the larger DCU. Okay. So Superman wasn't the launch. I mean, it was, but like it really wasn't the launching point for you. You wanted it to be Peacemaker. You wanted to set up the bigger world. So you create a very toned down version of a James Gunn movie in Superman. People can watch it. My kids enjoyed it. My daughter, not so much. My son, he said it was good. He liked it. That's who it's for. And then you're like, Peacemaker will make this make more sense and go bigger. And then you fucking put dicks all over the screen. And guess what? None of my family can watch it. And you've cut your audience probably by 60% to relate the bigger universe to.
I remember when
that was a bad move.
I remember when, and you weren't on the show then, but I remember when Fox sold to Disney, and we were all hopeful. It's like all the Fox properties for Marvel will join into the MCU finally, and all this stuff will be there. And the big thing that comes up is, well, yeah, Fantastic Four, X-Men, but outside of that, Deadpool. Deadpool can't function, or can only function for a short time in the PG-13 kind of era of Marvel, right? Mm. But there's a way to bring him in. And if they let him be his own thing and do his own thing on the side as the R-rated stuff, and then tie him into, like they're going to with Avengers and all this stuff, you can bring him in. I always used to joke, I'm like, it would be great for when he's in official MCU properties, where if he says something, it beeps him out, and he goes, what the heck? Like, he's aware that he's being censored as he does it. Or if he tries to shoot stuff, like, you don't see the bullets coming out. Like, he can make those comments that he's being downgraded, censored on purpose because he's an R-rated character in a PG-13 world. That works only for him, right? Mm-hmm. You could have done this in a way where you could have done this with Peacemaker, where, look, you just saw him in Suicide Squad, which was the James Gunn version of the movie, but it was still kind of overlapping
in the
Snyderverse kind of thing, where, yeah, he's R-rated in those things or dangerous in those things, but when he's in this area, you can tone him down a little bit to fit so he can walk in both worlds. They didn't do that. They threw him right the fuck out. It's like they brought the hard R stuff into there, and it goes, oh, I'm still going to be the guy, fuck you, doing all this shit. And you're like, he had a bag of Coke that he pulled out. It said for a rainy day, which was funny, but like he had it there. Right. He was doing the lines. There's an orgy going on. All these people are all over each other.
So much fucking.
And he's not in the orgy. He's hosting it, but he's not part of it. And then he's comatose in a way because he's so fucked up, and he goes into the pocket universe or whatever it's called there.
Which I have a lot of problems with that whole thing.
I do too, because it looks like the backyard of a condo complex. Like everybody's coming out to throw out their garbage or whatever. Nobody walks over to the other things to see what the shit they have outside. Nobody stole his helmets that were sitting out there.
Yeah, because there's an alternate like Earth 2 version of Peacemaker out there, which he stumbles upon because, plot reasons, Eagly knows where to go. Right.
Well, we got to wrap this part up because we can't sit here and just dissect the whole episode. But
let's talk about the entirety of it.
There's a lot of problems with it. Episode 2 is out now as you're consuming the show. Yeah. It's out there available. Let me go.
Hope it's good.
Let me reveal what I was up to before we move on. I saw The Naked Gun.
How'd you like it?
I liked it more than I thought I was going to like it.
It's so funny.
I have to admit, I was off put by the casting from Liam Neeson when he was being cast into there, and I go, he doesn't make any sense. Why would I do this? Why would you put the guy in there? It doesn't. And then you got to remember that Leslie Nielsen was a character actor and a serious actor before they gave him Police Squad, Airplane.
Yeah.
And then Police Squad became the Naked Gun movies because it was based on the TV show that failed. They just took all the scripts and all the stuff from there and made them into the movies, and the movies were gigantic hits.
Even and I'm Pamela Anderson in this movie was fun.
She was really, when she's singing jazz.
She was doing like jazz scat.
I laughed my ass off when she just started going blah, 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 and then she starts slapping the upright bass while the guy's trying to play. I'm like, good on her that she has a sense of humor, that she's at that point in her life where she doesn't feel like she needs to be, I'm the famous sex symbol from the 90s or whatever. She doesn't give a fuck, and she's having a good time with it.
She was doing that jazz scat stuff so much that at one point she stops, looks up, and looks right out at the audience of the jazz club, and she goes, "I'm okay." And then she goes back into it. I'm just like,
and she's not, and most of the time she's not even on beat when she's doing the scatting and bebopping around with this. She's not on pace with the bass and the drum line for everything. So that's hilarious. The reoccurring jokes, which was a classic trope from the Naked Gun franchise. The coffee cups, I know, was your favorite. My favorite was whenever the car's driving him around, kept hitting the same guy It wasn't like it hit another person in a different, wherever he was in the city, that one guy was still there and he keeps hitting that guy. The second time he's reading a book, he's in a Tesla, so it's driving him around. He's reading a book and he's narrating, and as he's narrating, he doesn't stop narrating as they hit a guy on a bike. And he flies over the hood of the car, and as he's narrating, you hear the guy get hit, and he goes, "Oh no, not again." It's the same guy. And then the third time he got hit was hilarious. My favorite scene, and we got to move on. My favorite scene, I know you loved the TiVo. The TiVo part. That was
funny. Like, that's not my favorite scene, but that is really funny.
My favorite scene was they have the one of the villains waking up in a hospital room, and they force him to confess to something, and he's like, "You got that?" "Yes." And then they pull down the walls. It was a whole sting operation, fake hospital and everything.
That's right.
And then Liam Neeson admits to something that is incorrect, and then the other cop goes, "You got that?" "Yes." And then those walls found out, so now they're trying to arrest.
I think everybody's trying to arrest
Frank Drebin, and he's like, "You'll never get away with this. In fact, I know you." He's like, "The way you built all this stuff can't be up to code." She goes, "That's why I use cheap Mexican labor, and I didn't go for the permits and everything." And he just leans over and goes, "You got that?" "Yes." And then those walls found. It kept going on.
They did it like 4 or 5 times.
I laughed so fucking hard watching this scene. I was like, "Oh my God, I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did." I will buy a hard copy when it does come out, and I haven't said that in a long time. But Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin was a good fit.
Really good. Goes, I wasn't thinking clearly. I'm still furious about the Janet Jackson Super Bowl. She's like, "That was 20 years ago." And he goes, "Not to me."
What I do miss is they didn't do the police siren open.
That is a bummer. Yeah.
I wish they did that. But hey, Noodles is in the chat there. Your old pal Noodles. Okay, now I got to watch this movie because the way you guys are describing it is making me roll. It's
so funny.
I can't tell you how unexpectedly happy I was that I was thoroughly enjoying this movie. I thought it was going to have a couple of cute things. It felt weird, but no, it all fit. It was all great.
It's good. And it's long enough to be funny without overstaying its welcome.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. So, like 90 minutes. It's just perfect. Yeah. I thought it was real good.
Really good. So
I like the interrogation scene where they were watching him eat hot dogs and almost shitting himself. And then he had to admit that he had 5 more that day, and they're all like, "Come on!"
Yeah, and they had to watch. They had their surveillance camera in the car.
It's like in dash cam.
He's dash cam, and he's just sitting there. He's like, "Oh my God, pull over! I can't do that!" And he's yelling at the automated car who won't pull over. And he's like, "This is going to be a problem."
He's going to shit himself because he kept eating chili dogs at like 9 in the morning.
And he lost his pants or whatever. He ruined his pants, and they're like, "Oh my God!" He goes. So it's like, "Did you go change him?" And he goes, "No, I had 5 more." And you're like, "What?"
Like Breakfast of Champions.
So yes, go watch The Naked Gun. I don't know when it's going to be out on digital stuff yet, but it's in the theaters. Go enjoy it. I finished season 3 of Welcome to Wrexham. Nice. It was fantastic. They got promoted for the 3rd time in 3 years. Never happened in the history, I guess, of football, European football. So it's worth the watch. And then Peacemaker, and then finally, I saw.
I've been waiting for this.
War of the Worlds with motherfucking Ice Cube from the band called With Attitude. Liam's With Attitude. And wow.
It's so bad.
It was so terrible, but you saw everything. You saw everything coming a mile away.
It's so telegraphed. Like, there are no surprises in this movie.
His son being the disruptor, the first inkling of when he showed up, you knew. And you're like, wait, is he tied to this? Is he somewhere there? That was terrible. Every time they exclaimed something in frustration, in excitement, in anger, whatever, the exclamations were lame. Everybody had a terrible nickname.
Oh,
like the projects that had a nickname, the people that had a nickname, all of that was terrible. And what else was there? The
plot was very bad.
Plot was terrible. They're eating your data.
Yeah, that's why the aliens are here, because they want to eat our data. Okay. Why?
So dumb. So
Why
dumb.
do they want to do that? Oh, so the NSA has all the data. No.
Yeah.
Oh, so your dead wife's Facebook page goes away first.
Why didn't you have them down? You're Mr. Archivist, Mr. Everything. Why didn't you have the photos downloaded somewhere?
Well, and here's the other problem. He's Mr. I can hack into anything. He's hacking into Teslas to get his pregnant daughter to the hospital, to get medical. Like, he's got all these skills, and he's the dumbest person I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't know that the disruptor, one of the main early bad guys, that's not really a care thing, is using a voice modulator. You don't think at any point to try to fix that,
and he did it so fast
until you needed to do it, and then within seconds he does it, and then realizes it's his son, and it's just like, there's no reason for this movie to exist. It is the worst line delivery. He's sitting the entire time. He can't get out of a glass room. Like, he's stuck in a room, so they figure out a way to get him stuck there. So he's stuck behind a computer screen the entire time. Ava Longoria is in this movie, and she's terrible. Like,
and
everything
she's like,
about
I got to tell you this. He's like, can't talk to you now because he's got to go yell at his daughter for eating the wrong thing or something.
He's hacking into her fridge to see she's not eating enough protein. There is a scene in this movie, and this is the most blatant product placement I've ever seen in any movie.
Wait, let me see if I can guess.
Okay.
It's not Amazon, right?
Oh, it's Amazon.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Which scene do you think, though?
Is it that he has... It's either the one he has to give him $1,000 gift card to flip the drone over, or he has to order something from Amazon so he can send the drone with the USB stick to him.
So those are you got it right. However, they're tied together because Ice Cube's not son-in-law, the baby daddy of his daughter, drives for Amazon. So he's an Amazon driver. They figure out a way to hack into the aliens to disrupt them and kill them and save the day. But the problem is you have to put it on a thumb drive. So you're telling me this guy who works for the NSA doesn't have any kind of way to have that. So he's like, well, I can send it to you with this drone, but not until you order it, because then it'll unlock the drone. So Ice Cube literally on screen goes to Amazon, picks out a thumb drive, orders it, and then it unlocks it so that guy can do the drone, and then it goes down. So then he offers $1,000 Amazon gift card to the homeless guy to flip it.
Yeah. And
then I'm like, just like going, I literally spent 5 minutes watching someone use Amazon to
yeah.
This is ridiculous.
The other point too, it's like, oh, the whole shot at their dad, Ice Cube, was that, oh, you did all this just so you could spy on people's Amazon, what was it? Amazon wish list? No, Amazon
wish list or something like
that. Their carts. The items in their Amazon cart, they kept saying that over and over.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when, I'll admit to being dumb. I didn't put the Amazon shit together until, well, make a purchase from Amazon so I can send the thing over. And I went, wait a minute, why can't he just send oh my God, Amazon's tied in through this whole, like I saw it and I knew it, but it didn't click in my head about the gift card, about the, you got to make an order for that thing, about, there was another Amazon. Oh yeah, about the thing about it. They kept saying, so you could spy on somebody's Amazon cart the whole time.
They said it like 3 or 4 times.
Then Ice Cube says it towards the end.
Yeah,
it's a terrible movie. It's not even a good bad movie. It's a bad movie. So go watch.
But it's one that I want people to watch. Like, I want people to see how terrible it is. Like Plan 9 from Outer Space back in the 50s. Was trying to be good.
Is that the Ed Wood movie?
It's the Ed Wood movie. Yeah. That is a bad movie that's good because they intentionally tried to make a good movie, but they just didn't make a good movie. So it's a cult following. This movie is bad. Just all around bad.
All right.
And I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But
and by the way, you can watch it on Amazon.
On
Amazon Prime. All right, Jordan, what's out right now?
Right now we got The Roses. It's a remake of War of the Roses from back in the 80s based off the book. This one's
based off the very popular radio bit.
Yes, it's War of the Roses with Benedict Cumberbatch. So there's that coming out now. Caught Stealing is a movie with Austin Butler. It's supposed to be a drama done by Darren Aronofsky. I don't know much about the plot. I've been seeing it advertised a lot, though. So that's out in theaters. Over on Netflix, we have The Thursday Murder Club. I think it's Pierce Brosnan, I think it's like a retirement community. Think of Only Murders Left in the Building, but in a retirement community. So like a murder happens, they're trying to figure out who killed who.
Are they doing a podcast while they're doing that?
I don't know if they're doing that so much, but I think this one is a movie, not a series. But that's over on Netflix. Like we talked about, HBO Max has Peacemaker season 2, episode 2 out now. So you get the first 2 episodes. Over on Paramount Plus, Stan, the Eminem documentary is out. Also, so is the
I want to watch that, but I'm like, I can't pay for Paramount. There's not enough there for me to warrant this. Although we talked about it for the longest time, I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet down the line because I'm getting the bug again, the itch to make more product. Like the summer's over, I'm going to be going into the fall. I'm going to be making more projects and stuff. We're going to have to do the Love Boat. The Love Boat show. And the Love Boat show is not going to be, because we talked about that there's so much shit that we have to dissect from it, but we're not going to go episode by episode. We're going to watch a handful of episodes and then bring them up in each episode we do. So we'll watch maybe 5-7 episodes, pull clips from there, and then we'll go, hey, this is episodes 5 through 7 of season 2, and we got to show you the shit that we saw going on. Because
it's like, look how much almost nudity just happened.
Yeah, that, and then we got to talk about the fact that when Janet from Three's Company kept calling her son a retard on the ship.
He's retarded. I'm like, wow, that kid's just looking at the ground.
When I saw that, I mean, I have that. I think that clip is on my Instagram. You can go.
I was
going to
say that might be still on there. Yeah.
But when that came around, I think that's when I stopped watching, because you and I talked about, like, we have to dissect all of this. This is not just something we can watch and go, oh, it's hokey for the times. It's, oh my God, there is too much stuff here that even by today's standards, or standards by then, were like everyone was on coke writing this show.
Yeah, like in the first couple episodes, you had Tom, like the guest stars alone were just always fun to talk about. People that are just kind of making their way. Like Tom Hanks was in the early episodes as like a guy who was like stalking a chick that almost like date raped her. You know what I mean? Like he was that creepy, and like Scott Baio was in it. Like Leslie Nielsen was like in 3 episodes within a season and a half.
Well, that first season, Florence Henderson was in 3 episodes.
Yeah, and she was like cheating on her husband in one of them.
3 different characters and all that stuff.
It's wild.
They did not, because people didn't have a way to consume material that fast, that often back then. So if you did an episode and then 7 weeks later, you're like, oh, Florence Henderson's going to be on the Love Boat. Wasn't she on another an episode? I don't remember. Yeah, it's been so long. They're not rerunning it. You don't know. But then you look at it from today's perspective, where you have the entire season. You look at it, it's like we are going to dissect every fucking thing wrong with it. I did this. If you search the hashtag "not ready for HD" on Instagram, you can see me dissecting when they put Cheers on the streaming service. And Cheers was shot on film. It's shot in the 16:9 aspect ratio, but television was a 3:4. So you have all of this stuff here, and it's like taking your regular widescreen photo and then doing the Instagram square in the middle of it, right? When they put it up there, they put the full HD 16:9 version up there, not cropping out all the other shit that shouldn't be in the episode. So
they didn't edit stuff.
So I'm rewatching the series, and I did this years ago. And you're seeing the boom mics hang. You're seeing people off to the side with a stagehand talking. Yeah, you're seeing curtains where they shouldn't be. I did it for that. And what was the other show? It was Cheers, and there was something else I was watching.
I only remember Cheers.
Might have been Frasier too. I don't remember. But anyway, so we're gonna do. We'll bring the Love Boat.
I think that'd be fun. That'll be real fun.
It's going to be fun. Okay, continue on. Sorry, sidebar.
Over on Disney Plus Hulu, we got Thunderbolts is out now for streaming. That's actually a great movie. If you haven't seen it, please go watch that one. I'm going to
give that a rewatch.
And then D23 is going on right now. Not a lot of news has come out yet.
It's just starting right now.
So there we'll be seeing some footage probably end up on D23. I'm hoping to see some Marvel news. I know we got Parks news coming out, so we'll see about that. Over on Apple TV Plus, there's a show called Invasion. The 3rd season just dropped. I've been hearing good things. I haven't watched it yet, but it's a New Zealand property, I believe. I think Sam Neill's in it.
I don't have Apple TV either, so I won't be able to see that until I do. So,
well, over on Amazon Prime, Upload is on the 4th and final season that just got put out. I know it's a Robbie Amell where he gets killed and his consciousness is uploaded into the internet, and it's actually a really good show.
So Lawnmower Man.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But it's really good. I enjoyed that. So go check that out on Amazon Prime. On Video on Demand, we've got I Know What You Did Last Summer, the reboot remake that just came out a couple weeks ago. That's out now. F1.
I want to watch that.
Formula One racing. I was supposed to watch it last Saturday, and I ended up not. I still have that ready to go. I'm going to check that out. I heard it's really good. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is out now on Video on Demand. And then the body horror weird Franco movie Together is also on Video on Demand. So if you haven't checked that out in theaters, it is now out.
All right. Now, we got to check out the news.
First things first, we got MSNBC is now going to be officially rebranded as MS Now. And it stands for My Source News Opinion World, which sounds like the stupidest naming convention I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Right. So the network's been building its own separate news division from NBC News and will also remove NBC's peacock symbol from its logo. Changes will
They've already done it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So most of the changes are going to take effect a little bit later. The name was ordered by NBC Universal, which last November spun off cable news networks USA, CNBC, and MSNBC, E! Entertainment, Oxygen, and the Golf Channel into its own company called Versant. None of the other networks are changing their name. Business Channel CNBC is leaving NBC in its name. MSNBC was a combination of MSN and NBC. But yeah, we're going to be seeing a new one called MS Now, which again, is the name itself is fine. What it stands for is stupid.
I want to bring two quick things up with this. One, we saw this a week after the election happened in November. Yeah. NBC had an emergency all hands on deck meeting and then announced that their cable properties were going to be put under another company and separated from it, not just NBC, but the ones that were tied to it, NBC News.
Right.
So they were being removed from all of that stuff. I saw an article with Rachel Maddow, and she was saying how great this was because they were tired of having to suppress and hold back on news stories they couldn't cover because NBC News had to have it first. And they were tired of having to get the scraps or the leftovers after NBC Nightly News and NBC News proper for the network, got the bigger things, got all this stuff here. And this is what was interesting. She said, we also had stuff that we wanted to do that we were held back on. And now with that gone, we can explore stories and everything that we wouldn't have had the opportunities to do under the old regime with this. And I go, what weren't you? They were letting you say everything. What weren't you being allowed to do?
Right.
On this thing here. So it's like, oh, you want to go even further in that direction than NBC was letting you. And now it's like, well, now we don't have NBC stopping us. Okay, look, I'm sure there's an audience, but just like, let's look at the other side of the coin. Newsmax. And what's the other one? OAN. Or further than something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Further than Fox News, right? They exist. They're not very successful because they're so far extreme on one end. You're going to go. You might even lose some of the MSNBC audience that you had if you start going super far to the other way. Like, I don't know. I'm projecting. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. But if from what she is saying, if they're like, oh, finally the restraints are off, we can do what we want to do, you're going to want to go so far in the other direction, you might lose the audience that you already have. You might gain an audience that you don't want, and this might fuck with advertisers because advertisers don't want to go so far in any one direction that would eliminate a portion of their audience that pays money.
Right. Well, I just don't think they understand that in television and in radio, right-wing, right-leaning, whatever you want to call it, tends to be more successful because they have an audience base that supports that kind of stuff. That's why Fox News works. Even though that OAN or whatever, they're kind of a joke, they still have an audience. Same with radio. That's why AM radio, talk radio, things like that. A lot of those political shows are usually right-leaning. There's not a lot of left stuff that's
that you are right, but OAN and Newsmax are so far from further right. They're not financially successful.
No. But I'm just saying, like, you're not going to get that if you go the other direction. You know, liberal media, liberal things like they don't tend to be as popular as you think. That Young Turks show, it lives within a bubble on the internet, but really no one fucking cares about it. No one says, oh, God, the Young Turks are talking about this, and this. No, who cares? We all think Senk is a fucking asshole. Who cares? We move on. So I don't think if they want to lean that far left, it's going to be successful. I mean, do what you want, but you're right. They're going to lose some of their audience there, and they may pick up the people that they really don't want to be a part of this. So we will see. It's happening anyway. We'll see what's going on. So speaking of NBC, NBC Universal and Major League Baseball are in talks for a 3-year, $600 million deal amid the baseball action that is going on right now. It's worth close to $200 million per year to carry games on NBC and Peacock.
Doesn't that seem low?
For baseball, yeah.
But for a major sport that's not hockey, that seems low. Like, is baseball dropping that far? It
might be. Yeah, so they're going to be doing Sunday night football, Sunday night basketball, and now Sunday night baseball. Peacock's share of the games would come with a streamer doubling down on sports to drive subscriber growth and retention as Comcast prepares to split in half. So I think that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get stuff like that. Speaking of sports, WWE and ESPN are putting their PLEs starting on September 20th with
pay-per-views. For those who don't know what that is, it's public live events, but it's essentially a pay-per-view. Yeah,
their first one's coming September 20th with WrestlePalooza. It's the first event for the new 5-year deal.
I thought that was a terrible name too. I'm with you on that, but it turns out it's an old heritage name that ECW used to do. These old pay-per-views, and it was called WrestlePalooza at the time. So they're bringing it back because I guess there's a couple of things. WrestlePalooza, I guess the last one was held in Indianapolis.
Okay.
And it's tied with ECW. Paul Heyman's still around. Like, there's more things behind the name. It's still a terrible name, but there's some heritage behind it that I wasn't aware of until recently.
Real quick, Simple Aaron in the chat. Hi, Simple Aaron is saying just Sundays. I think he's referring to the baseball deal. So that's probably why it's so low, is that they're just getting. I know. I just didn't want to acknowledge it too quickly, but yeah. Oh, let's put that back up there.
Love the picture. No. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. So yeah, the baseball deal is just for Sundays. So that makes sense why the money is so low.
Yeah,
that they're really only paying 1 day's full of 1,000 games that they usually play. So anyway, going back to wrestling, it's a 5-year deal with ESPN. It will be the 5th WrestlePalooza, although the first one was under the first under the WWE banner, the first since 2000, which was produced by the former ECW, which WWE acquired the assets of back in 2003 from bankruptcy. 2 more events this year on ESPN will be October 11th, Crown Jewel live from Saudi Arabia. And then November 29th, Survivor Series will be out of San Diego this year.
If I could swing it, I would love to go out to San Diego. 1, for Survivor Series would be great, but 2, if we can go back
and some tacos,
get some real Mexican food, and just hang out in the nice weather in San Diego would be great.
Let me know. I can make it happen.
All right.
We're going on. Avengers Doomsday news. There's been a lot of scuttlebutt in that arena. Alan Cumming said he's basically been acting by himself as Nightcrawler against a green screen.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so he previously acknowledged that he'd already wrapped filming on next year's Avengers blockbuster earlier, and said, I did the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screen, face replacement. They even gave character fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. It's sounding weird.
This movie is... I don't know if it's going to have as big as an impact as it did with Infinity War Endgame, right? But it's a
lackluster build up to it.
It's a bigger movie than those two, just by the cast alone, the budget they have to pay for that cast alone, and all the different properties that they're bringing together to do that. Like, this is you could get away with this in a comic book, but as a movie, you were like, there's no way you could put this together. It's like motion capturing for a video game. He shot all his stuff with nobody around him. He doesn't know how he's fitting into the movie. He doesn't know who he's interacting with. That's nuts.
Yeah.
If true, that's nuts.
I was going to say, another cast member has some thoughts on it too. Rebecca Romijn, who plays Mystique, is also coming back. And she had this to say, I'm not quite sure, she said, when she was asking about her scenes. The script they haven't even finished writing it. It's been very, very fun, and we don't know yet. They keep everything very close to the vest themselves in an effort to keep everything under wraps. When asked if she read the entire script, I can't confirm nor deny that I've read the entire script. She also admitted that she can't say who she's filmed scenes alongside, but it was a surreal experience shooting with some of her original X-Men co-stars. So if she's correct, they haven't even written the entire movie yet. Or they're just giving everybody bits and pieces.
It's like, here's a couple pages. Go shoot those pages. But how does this tie into it? Don't worry about it. Here's 4 pages. Just go shoot that stuff.
Fix it in post.
Am I coming back anytime soon? Well, we don't know. Do you know just the logistics of this alone?
Sounds wild.
Right? The budget, the writing, I mean, everything is, the gravitas of all of this is insane to fathom, right? But the logistics alone to keep the amount of money you have to pay to keep all these people within arm's length, like they can go do a couple of things, but under the guise of, we can pull you out of there if we have to reshoot something, or if we need you to add to a scene like that, you have to come back until production has wrapped. And they just started, and not everybody's even begin to shoot stuff yet. Other people are done, and they still have to remain sort of on call to come back if need be.
Well, that's the other portion.
Is this going to be a? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I just wanted to wrap it up and say, is this possible? Like, this budget could be almost $1 billion.
Well, and they haven't even announced everybody that's going to be in this movie yet. D23 is going to go on this weekend. Right. Rumor has it is that I think Friday, as this show drops on the radio, they may be announcing the other half of the cast. They already announced 1,000 people. They haven't announced everybody yet.
Imagine you see the chairs and it's just saying Baloo, Buzz Lightyear, Mowgli, and you're like, wait, what?
Bringing everybody.
Yeah.
Like, we're bringing back the Disney afternoon.
Anger. Woo! It's like the Lewis Black animated characters now in Doomsday.
So, yeah, they are. There's a lot going on. There's
Dick Van Dyke.
Little.
What? Although, if his name was on there, I'm like, I'd love to see how they're working.
It's like 100 years old.
The Mary Poppins shit into Doomsday. Like, all the universes are just coming together.
Yeah, but it's Yondu, remember? Because from the second Guardians, there's no Mary Poppins. It's just Dick Van Dyke and Yondu as Mary Poppins.
There it is. That's the tie-in.
There it is.
It's an Easter egg.
So, yeah. So we've got a very little and also stuff coming out about Avengers Doomsday. I've been seeing a lot of stuff coming out about the new Spider-Man that's filming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to even know anymore. Like, I just want to... I'm tired of trailers. I'm tired of all this. I just want to enjoy stuff. So, all right, moving on. Price hikes. It's always happening. It's coming up. Apple TV Plus, they're increasing their monthly from $12.99 from $9.99 in the US.
To $12.99.
Yeah, to $12.99 from $9.99.
Gotcha.
Was effective as of the 21st. New subscribers will get that $12.99 price. And existing subscribers, if they're in the middle of a month, with the next renewal days when you'll see that price hike. I actually just saw that happen myself. Mm-hmm. The annual subscription will remain unchanged at $100. It marks the third price hike for the service since 2019 when it launched at $5 a month. So if you're going to subscribe now, you're going to be paying at least $3.
Yeah, more. those desperate pandemic prices are long gone.
Yep, Disney Plus is much, much higher. Now they're bundling with everything. You know, we've had 8,000 names for HBO, but they've raised their prices, and now Apple TV is doing the same. Their claim is that at least they're not playing commercials everywhere. The problem is they also don't have a ton of content that would keep me interested.
If they had if this was like any of the other streaming platforms that have a movie studio backing,
mm-hmm.
or a television company backing, you'd have their massive catalog to justify. It's like, yeah, but we, for HBO Max, why am I paying this much? We're giving you the majority of the Warner Brothers movie vault. Okay, that alone might be worth, paying whatever. Apple TV doesn't have that.
No.
We're still waiting for the fucking Godzilla show to come back.
Oh, Monarch.
Yeah. That's been, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they finished filming, but I don't know when it's coming. Probably not till like mid next year.
We're going to get the Ted Lasso reboot before we get that thing. All right.
So, there's the price hikes there. Speaking of price hikes, Sony is hiking up the prices of the PlayStation 5 because of the tariffs. I know we don't like to get political, but Jesus Christ, can we stop thinking tariffs work?
Mm-hmm.
Sony is raising the prices of PlayStation 5 consoles by about $50 starting last Thursday, as we did the last show. All 3 PlayStation 5 consoles will see similar price hikes. The most expensive PS5 Pro version is expected to cost $749 with the price hike. That's ridiculous for a PlayStation.
All right, price hike aside, go to PC gaming. Stop.
At this point.
I know there's people like, well, you can only play certain games on the PlayStation. I understand, but if enough people start to leave and say, hey, we're playing on the PC so you can stream, it's easier to stream, not just like on Twitch where you're streaming for an audience, whatever, but just like to a group of friends. It's easier to play in Discord, stream with each other so you can, it's just more functional than the consoles are. If enough people do that, they're gonna have to rethink their whole position, all this stuff, and go, you know what, maybe they're right. You're all about this cloud gaming now. I can't open up my Netflix page without that shit on the top. It's like, hey, there's brand new video games. I'm like, I'm not doing this through Netflix. It's not happening. Yeah. But there are companies focusing on that. If you do that, get rid of the consoles, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, which is weird because this is the first generation where consoles has gone 5 years being into the cycle and they're raising the prices. Usually we'll get like a redo where that's maybe more expensive, but you can get the old ones for a cheaper price. No, everything's just going up. Xbox did it a couple weeks ago. This is the second price hike for PlayStation. I mean, the new Nintendo Switch 2 came out at a $500 price point. Like, it's not going to get any cheaper right now. And we'll see if they're going to give us anything new. I mean, I'm about to start playing the reskin Gears of War, and it's just the same game, just looks prettier. So we'll see. SNL has been having a lot of shakeups in the last couple of days. Today, it announced that Heidi Gardner, the blonde chick that everyone knows but probably doesn't know by name, is leaving SNL after 8 seasons. She's the 4th cast member to leave the show in the past 3 days, following Devin Walker, Emil Joaquin, and Michael Longfellow. Most of those people were doing nothing for that show. Heidi Gardner is a loss because she was pretty funny, but everybody else not so much. So who knows what SNL is going to look like when they start up the show in the next couple weeks? I think in October maybe. So we'll see. We talked about K-Pop Demon Hunter. Well, the sequel is now moving ahead as Sony and Netflix engage in deal talks. The event of the past few days, including Netflix dropping a surprise sing-along version of the Sony animation picture film in theaters over the August 22nd through 24th weekend, so last weekend. It's the most wide-watched English-language film of all time now on Netflix. And Sony just gave it away. Like, they barely made any money because they thought it was going to fail, so they sold it during the pandemic to Netflix. Netflix is capitalizing, and Sony didn't make a lot of money on this. So the sequel might be different because they're going to renegotiate. Let's see here. The limited theatrical event, K-Pop Demon Hunter Sing-Along, featured more than 1,300 sold-out screenings in theaters across the U.S., Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the U.K. This was without the help of AMC, who has a policy about releasing streaming movies in their own theaters, plus they're having a beef with Netflix. Mm-hmm. So they could have even had more theaters. The movie grossed an estimated $18 million over the weekend.
Good on them.
This was Saturday, Sunday, 1,300 theaters, 18 million. It was the most watched movie that weekend. It beat out everything. And it's wild because it was also available at home. So... also, the soundtrack continues to rule the Billboard charts. K-Pop Demon Hunter soundtrack is the first soundtrack with 4 simultaneous top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. It ranks number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart for the week of August 23rd and has scored more than 3 billion global streams to date. It's literally an original property powerhouse that is just dominating almost every facet that it can get its hands on.
I love those stories where you find a studio or a network or something that has a property and like, we don't know what to do with it, so they got rid of it. Somebody else picked it up.
Exactly what they did.
And they go, oh, all right. And then they do something and then it just catches on. And now it's a multi-million-dollar franchise for them. It's like, oh, yeah, remember when you sold this for $40,000? You said nobody was going to give a shit about this. And how'd that work for you?
Now it's the number one movie on Netflix. The Funko Pops just got announced today. That's coming out. Like, it's just everywhere now. So,
all right.
Super Trooper 3 have started filming. Brian Cox, Chase Crawford, and more joined the new movie. Jay Chandrasekhar, Kevin Heffernan, Steve Lemmy, Paul Soder, and Eric Solhansky are all coming back to do the movie. They also have Marissa Coughlin, who played Ursula. She's coming back. They've started filming. There's no news on what the story's going to be, but who knows? I don't know if I liked the second one as much as I liked the first. And it's interesting to see that they're just going to go for a third one, but I'll watch it. We'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
Karen Gillan is joining Henry Cavill in the Highlander remake. She's joined Russell Crowe, Dave Bautista, and Henry Cavill in the new Highlander for Amazon. No news of who she's going to be. But that should be releasing next year. Every week seems like there's a new casting for that. They released a picture today of the new Star Wars Starfighter, starring Ryan Gosling, Mia Goth, and Matt Smith. They also announced that Amy Adams and Aaron Pierre are joining the cast. Aaron Pierre was on a movie recently on Netflix. He's also going to be in the Lanterns TV show for DC. Amy Adams, obviously, is kind of weird because she was not, she was fine in Superman, but who cares? I saw the picture of Ryan Gosling just kind of standing there in his Star Wars outfit, and there was like a speeder. What worries me about this is Sean Levy's directing it, which is fine. He did the Deadpool Wolverine movie; he's fine. But Ryan Gosling was in the picture with a kid, and I'm like, they're gonna Disney this. They saw Andor, they saw how good it was, and then they're gonna fuck it all up.
Well, yeah. What's their slogan? Put a chick in it, make it gay.
Put a chick in it, make it gay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I have some audition footage that I found from the Star Wars.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, take a look.
Hi, I'm Piper, 5'10" from Los Angeles, and this is my audition for R2-D2.
That's so fun. Tramel Tillman, who you know as Mr. Milchick from Severed, for Severed, is joining Spider-Man Brand New Day. They don't know who he's going to be playing yet, but he's joining Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, who's Ned, John Bernthal as Punisher, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk is going to be in this. And then they also have Sadie Sink, the little redheaded girl from Stranger Things, supposedly playing a character. A lot of rumors saying she's going to be the original Spider-Man
Mary
daughter.
Jane?
No, she's not going to be Mary Jane at all.
Okay.
She's going to be Penny Parker, I think.
Okay.
So we'll see.
By reading this, doesn't this go against everything you just said about not wanting to know everything for the movie?
Character names, fine, but I'm avoiding all the behind the scenes because they're filming in Scotland. So they've been posting tons of pictures of behind the scenes stuff.
Why?
And I'm just like, I don't want to see it.
Why are they doing that?
So as far as
why are they doing that? Desperation?
People are stupid. People just want to just be the first to do everything. So
these are people seeing the stuff being filmed. It's not.
Yeah, people are. Yeah, they're. No,
I thought this was like the production putting
Disney
behind the
Marvel
scenes stuff.
Okay. No.
Okay, gotcha.
So, but yeah, there's that, and then there's rumors that Florence Pugh might be joining as Yelena.
Pew pew.
Exactly. King of the Hill. We both love the new season 14. It's brought in 4.4 million viewers in its first week alone. And
it's so well done. It's so well written, and it doesn't make Hank, at least, to be a doddering old fool. Like the people around him were always doddering fools, so they're still what they are. And Peggy's so aloof, so they still kind of made her dumb too, or at least not dumb, oblivious to how the real world works. But they didn't make Hank, this is all woke or, super leaning in one way, or it's like he's just doesn't like change. He doesn't like when he doesn't understand things. And there's times where he's pretty open to some new stuff like he's willing to give some things.
Are we all gender?
Yeah, when he was trying to figure out the bathroom, and then he comes back into the car. He's like, "Are we all gender?" Like he didn't know.
He's like, the guy was like, "It's all right, it's all gender."
They approached him with kid gloves.
Yeah,
and I think they evolved this in the right way. I think from start to finish, those 14 episodes are really well done. I posted a clip on my social media a few weeks back of the kid trying to open a beer or crush a beer can on his head and knocked himself out into the fence, and they're all just pointing and laughing at him. I was like,
"You mean was that Good Hank?"
No, it was Boomhauer's stepson.
Gotcha.
And he sees Bill crushing the cans on his head as he crushes them on his head, and they fall into the garbage can. So he tries to do it himself and knocks himself into the fence and out on the ground, and they're all laughing. And I'm like, thank you for still having this, because in today's age, it's like, well, it's a kid getting hurt. They're making fun. You can't have that on there. They didn't freak out that the kid hurt himself, or they're like, oh my God, we got to figure out before his mom gets home. Nope, none of that. There's a brief pause where nothing is said or happening. And then they just bust out laughing, keeling over that this kid was so dumb that he knocked himself out. And they just laughed until the next scene. I was like, those are the moments you appreciate. And it feels like it's back in that time when that was acceptable. I like that those kind of things are coming back. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's coming back even more. So they held off. They did the original order was for 20 episodes. I think they only aired 10. So I don't
14.
know if there's... Okay, so then they have another half of that coming. So another 14 episodes coming next year. They've already filmed it. It's already been recorded. It's ready to go. So they ordered this. They split it in half, released one as one season. So next season, we're getting a season 15.
Sorry, I'm getting it messed up. I just double checked. It's season 14. That's why I kept seeing, having 14.
That's what I was wondering.
It's season 14. They had 10 episodes.
Right. So
I apologize. I kept getting the 14 wrong, but yeah.
So season 15 is coming out for the other half of the 20 episode order. So we're getting an additional 10 episodes for, next year on Hulu. So that'll be good. And then the last thing we're going to go with, since it's coming out this week, the Office spinoff, The Paper, is getting a release date change.
That looks dumb. I saw the trailer.
I saw a clip of it, and some of the clip looked funny, and then the rest of it kind of just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, it looks bad.
It was originally going to be a weekly release. They decided they are now going to just release all 10 episodes on September 4th on the Peacock. The series was originally supposed to debut 4 episodes on that date, followed by weekly drops. They had decided to change that. Honestly, again, the trailers are not selling me on this. They brought back Oscar from The Office, and it's supposed to be about a failing newspaper. It just doesn't look funny. I don't know. I don't know if the model in which they film it.
Yeah, when Oscar showed up and he goes, "I'm not doing this again," I'm like, oh God, no.
Yeah. So they're capitalizing on who they could finally bring back, and it turns out it's only Oscar. So, but that's it. That's what we're gonna do. We got more next week. That's how we're going to end it, because we have gone very long.
All right. Well, we need to get out of here, and it's that time of the show where we do the plugs. And then, Jordan, as always, our nation's eyes turn to you.
You can follow me on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Jinx Run, and Twitch at Jinx Run 79. I think I'm going to start streaming the Gears of War, the first Gears of War. They just put out the remastered version of it. The Gears of War. Like I said last night, it's the first game that I ever played with our pal Chad Dukes, so I'm going to revisit that. Might go through the story. I'll stream that over on Twitch. If you want to use your Amazon subscription and use your free month-long Twitch subscription, go to our channel. It's Eric Nagel. Hit the little button, get it going, and it helps the show out. Costs you nothing extra if you're already getting Amazon, and we'd appreciate it.
All right. I am trying to figure out what's going on. There seems to
blurry.
be there's that. There's a white balancing issue. I don't know what the hell happened here. I'll have to work on that post-show. But I am not Jordan. We can take that off of there. I am this guy. I am Eric. And you can follow me on all social media platforms at It's Eric Nagel. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, do us a kindness. Put us in the #1 position on the presets. It helps us, so we're told. On Apple, Spotify, any of those platforms, you can do us a kindness there. Leave us a positive review. It does help out the show, and don't lie about it, because I'll know. And if you want to join us live each and every week as we do this program, subscribe to our YouTube or our Twitch channels. It's free. It's easy for now. To do all of that stuff, it lets you know when we go live. You can come and join us in the live room. Or if you can't do any of that stuff and you can just watch it whenever you have the time, we totally understand. The YouTube channel, where it be at, as the kids would say. All the clips, full shows, everything is right there for you to enjoy. I think that is it, right? We're done?
I'm just wondering which kids say that. I'm confused.
Your kids. It's when they're constantly sending me photos of you sleeping with middle fingers in your face and all of the other stuff that's going on.
That's probably not wrong.
No, not at all. So until the next time, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
We'll be seeing you. Goodbye.
It's Eric Nagel.
It's turtle time, motherfuckers. On the half show.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends, so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.